Welcome everyone to weeks 6 and 7 of my Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise. I'm doing the intro before people get into the live stream. Just to get it out the way now, quickly explain what the plan is for today for my people that might be watching this as a VOD, watch this after the live stream. So my plan for today is pretty simple. Do week 6 and 7, and then on the live stream tomorrow, which is going to be trade deadline day, I'm going to make a deal for a player. I'm not going to do all my draft picks for a player. It's just going to be, a pretty fair trade. And we're going to play against the Saints week 6, and we're going to play against the Ravens week 7 today. As you guys know, we're doing offense only until we get to the late season games. Then we'll do offense and defense. Shorten the quarter length so the games aren't as long. But that is a quick rundown. Welcome Toto to the stream. How you doing? My day is going good, Toto. What about yourself? This probably will be the only content you see from me today. Maybe a video or short will come out, but overall, a little bit of a busy day, so wanted to get these games in when I had time. We have our running back breakout part 2 to look at. We have to evaluate this before we hop into the games today. Good, that's good, Tota. Glad you're doing well. So hopefully we can hit our development trait for Bucky Irving soon. We need to get him to a superstar. Then he's going to develop even faster. So let's see. Bucky Irving, 175 rushing yards to increase his dev trait. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that much. It'd have to be run the ball every single play. But we can make that happen. What's up, Wally? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Welcome. For my people in the live stream, if you guys are unable to catch the whole thing and you want to check it out, it will be in the Tampa Bay Bucks daily playlist after the stream. So for people that can hop in for a little bit, the full stream will be there. We good? That's a W. Good to see you in the stream today, Wally. I think we can skip all this, and we're going to do our weekly strategy so we can get Bucky Irving his rushing yards for the game. Defend the outside run. Derek Carr is not a big threat of a passer. And we got to run it on the inside. I think that's going to be the game plan today. So if we get the 175 yards, that is a dev upgrade for Bucky. Thanks when you talk about me in the last stream. Oh, no problem, Toto. I gotta show support. It was a short stream. I do these type of streams on, no notice. So the fact that you're able to come into the stream, it means a lot. For the people that make these streams, it's a big W. I mainly just do these series for fun. These types of series that I do, it's not really to get tons and tons of views. It's just, to do something enjoyable. And then I give other content that, is more for, the audience. So I was glad to see that people are enjoying this series. But anyway, we're going to wear our creamsicle jerseys. Unless there's any other jersey I want to wear. I don't think there is. Yeah, we're going to go with the creamsicle jersey. Trixie, you are 16 or older, right? I can't disclose age. Legal age for YouTube. So that's the most important thing. But my actual age, I usually just don't say. I kind of just avoid the question. I'm not trying to be a jerk. That's never the goal. But I just, try to avoid the question. If you can understand. But, old enough to be allowed to be streaming on YouTube. First play, we're going to have... Oh my god. Because of the new YouTube rule? What's the new YouTube rule? I haven't seen the new rule. Guys, like the stream? W Toto. Yeah, then you're aware of this when it starts tomorrow? I have not heard of the rule. I have no idea. To do streams on YouTube, you have to be 16 plus. How are they gonna monitor that? I don't know how they're gonna be able to, check and see if everyone's streaming is 16 plus. I mean, for the people that aren't 16 plus, it might just be like how old you register your account. If they catch under 16, they might ban them. Would you be allowed to, like, keep your previous streams up? I'm gonna have to look into this after stream, but we do score a touchdown. W. Mike Evans. Yeah, I've always known the age as 13. Jeez, the 49ers are 6-0. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that after stream. I might have to cut this stream a little bit short, because now I need to, like, look up everything and see, what the, how everything's gonna work. Like, but let's see if we can get Jalen McMillan. We're gonna have Chris Godwin wide open on the curl route, almost a first down. We're gonna go inside zone on 2nd inches. Thank you guys for the support on the short today. Really fun short to make and pretty unique concept, not like my usual shorts. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Let's see if we can hit Chris Godwin for a touchdown. Oh, wow. And you not like the stream on Twitch? Is the rule on Twitch or just YouTube? Because if the rule is not on Twitch, I think, you shouldn't be allowed to stream if you're, oh, what a catch. You shouldn't be allowed to stream if you're under 13 on any platform. Because that's just asking for trouble. But I don't know about age 16. That might not be the best age. I think they could have chose like 15. Like, I think a 15-year-old is gonna mostly know what they're doing on the platform. But yeah, do your homework or search. Alright, I'll look into it after stream, but right now we gotta focus in, get this second touchdown of the game. I'm gonna have to throw this ball away. Yo, Streamlabs, so why is Streamlabs spamming the chat right now? What the heck? He is just like typing and typing and typing. Okay, that was bad. That was a bad couple of plays. We're gonna have to kick the field goal. Semi-realistic franchise, so we don't go for it on like 4th and 20, 4th and 10. I did fake a punt last episode, so that was a pretty awesome play, but still. The point being, we can't make it too unrealistic. Let's see if we can hit Mike Evans. Perfect route by Mike, and see, what is that? Are you going to do stream Fortnite on Wednesday? On Wednesday I have free time. So I might be able to, but I'm not 100%. My goal is to be able to, but I just need to make sure I have the time. And now with this, okay, K dot and just dropped it. What? That's a 3 and out. That's not a good drive. Oh, come on, make the tackle. We get the tackle, but still. Like, oh wait, I gotta continue playing. If no, it's fine. I should be able to. I can't guarantee anything right now, Toto. My goal is to be able to, but I never want to say I for sure will if I'm not 100%. You know, if I say for sure, that means like I am for sure going to. So, if no, it's lag. Yeah, that's because I exited the tab. I was gonna check something, but every time I exit the Madden tab, the game lags. So I have to stop doing that. But in terms of the guys I'm gonna trade, I think it's gonna be K Dot and I think I'm gonna trade away Rashad White. I think Sterling Shepard needs to go because he doesn't got it. He doesn't have a roster spot anymore. So those 3 guys in a package deal for a better player, I think is what I'm gonna do. You know, trade 3 okay players for 1 really good player. Ooh, Trey Palmer with the spin move. First down. Every time we use these uniforms, our offense just goes off. You know, last time I think we used them, it was versus Denver, week 3. That was a rough play. That was a horrible game. The final play of overtime, our safety just decides to not play safety, and we give up a 70-yard touchdown when we're up by 3 in overtime and a chance to win it on the final play. That play was the summary of my first 3 weeks in Madden. But now we're starting to get our groove. We're 3-2. 3rd down and 5. I was gonna say I'm gonna catch it with Bucky. 4th and 5. My rule has been, if it's longer than 4th and 7, there's no way I go for it unless, you know, it's the end of a game. I think 4th and 5, a team would most likely not go for it. But it's Madden. We really don't have too much to lose. So I'm going to go for it. I don't think it's impossible to happen. And we get it. So good decision. It's not impossible to happen. But at the same time, it's like not really going to happen in real life. Just thought I'd clarify that. I need to get 175 yards with Bucky. So my goal is to put this game away in the next couple of drives. And then, you know, get the yards with Bucky when I can. And I have to throw that ball away again. Saints defense is pretty good. They have gotten to me a couple of times today. Do this happen to you? Do this happen to me? What happened to me? Okay, we lose a yard on that. That's tough. 3rd down and 11. We got to pick this up. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Gonna pick it up on 3rd and 11. As we hit the play action. Chris Godwin. What a throw by Baker. Honestly. You know what, guys? I have to be honest. That was a dime. That was a dime. Okay, the game is lagging a little bit right now. For some reason, I can't see my thing. There we go. I can see my thing now. Horrible throw by Baker, but Bucky comes down with it. See, on plays like this where if I had an elite tight end, I could audible him and make him go to the end zone. But K. Dotton's not even going to get the first down. So, I think, honestly, next week, or I guess next week, tomorrow, when I do my trade deadline video, I should look for a tight end. I think that's a priority for us. Mike Evans is going to be down at the 2-yard line. If you want to be the number one, then type a couple of messages and shoot. I got messed up. I'm gonna just call timeout. I don't know if it was gonna go down to 0, so we're just gonna take a timeout. I do plan on being back to Fortnite streaming soon. I'm just trying to get this series like pushed forward completely, so because it didn't fully work out, but by this point, you know, we're almost at the trade deadline. I think I should just finish it out, and it's a pretty fun series, so I don't mind just trying to finish it out all the way. Let's see. Roll out. Good block. Baker Mayfield rolls across the field, walks in for a touchdown. 10-point game. That is a Baker Mayfield highlight we will never forget, ladies and gentlemen. His scrambling ability is underrated. At Oklahoma, he was one of the best runners in the nation. Don't forget. Like, I would hit Cotton or K-Dotton on this wheel route, but he's just too slow. You know, I don't like a slow tight end. Okay, 2 yards with Bucky. Let me check Bucky's stats right now. Real quick. Don't mean to pause the game, but... Okay, 66 yards. We do need more than that, though. Need to get way more than 66. Oh my gosh. Our O-line is horrible today. You know what? I say I do it once a game. I've done it every game this season. It's time to use it right now. We're going to the trick play. The double pass. I do it every game. We have to continue the tradition today. It's time. I've been waiting too long. Oh my gosh, it's gonna work. Chris Godwin. What are you doing? No! Wide open! Oh my god. Can't be more open than that. Still doesn't come down with the ball. Like, what? I had the punt. Alright. Back on 1st and 10. We get the ball in basically plus territory. Chris, I know. He had gotten half his touchdowns off those plays, and he just sold the bag right there. So you've seen the Harry Potter movies? Who, me or Toto? Because if you're talking to Toto, maybe, but me, I have no intent. Mike Evans, he's having a beast of a game. Toto, yeah, because, I mean, no disrespect to the Harry Potter movies, but they never seem that interesting to me. Maybe once you read the books, you'll care more, but I didn't read the books, and so I don't really have a big care for it. I used to watch some Star Wars movies, but I haven't seen any of the newer films. Like, if the film was released in the past 10-15 years, I probably haven't seen it. Besides Mandalorian. Mandalorian was a really good show. First few seasons, and then season 3 it kind of fell off. Speaking of falling off, this Saints defense, talk about Mike Evans' domination today. I think he's at 3 touchdowns, maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't know his exact stat line. It's going to be Bucky Irving the rest of the game. So, for my people watching this as a video, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to watch Bucky Irving get 3-yard handoffs for the rest of this game, because I need to get this superstar development trait for him. Come on, bro. Take the outside, Bucky. Let's go. 90 yards. We're not going to get the 175, unfortunately. But we're going to get hopefully close enough. Hopefully we can go score a touchdown with just Bucky on the ground. Beast mode run. First down. We're at 100. I don't know how we're going to get 75 more yards in 3 minutes. But if anyone can do it, it's Bucky Irving, my king. Okay, he just got destroyed there. I guess we're in chew clock mode at this point. Because this game, we're just going to try to win it here. Oh, Mike Evans. Mike Evans, you got to block on that, dude. Mike Evans did not block his man. Guys, the giveaway on Fortnite is coming pretty soon. So, to join that giveaway, make sure you are using code TRIXIOC in the Fortnite item shop. Not only for the giveaway, so I can also continue to do customs in the future. Because without that, holy voice crack. Because without the code, I can't do customs. So make sure you guys, if you want customs, make sure you use the code. A W shameless plug, but I have to say it. 2 safeties on the left side, but we're gonna still hand it that way. Oh my god. Any chance I had of getting the 175 is cooked because we can't hand the ball off properly. I'm gonna run it the same side though. Everyone's there. Everyone's like, what? That's gonna be it for, honestly, this whole offense today. We're probably just gonna shut them down. Field goal attempt is up and it is good. I don't know if I've missed a field goal yet this year. I don't think I have. And that's going to be the end of the game. We get the win against New Orleans, a division rival. So obviously I'm not mad. But I'm not happy because we couldn't get Bucky's development trait. So that might be it for him. Trixie, does this happen to you when you're trying to sleep and your brain tells you to remember the day you got embarrassed? Like the day you got embarrassed? Or the day that, like, you're saying, a day you got embarrassed is keeping you up at night. Is that kind of what you mean? Because if that's the case, I don't think that really happens to me. Looking at the stats, 3 sacks, 1 interception. Yeah, I mean, if you get embarrassed, yes, it does stink in the moment, but you can't let that decide the rest of your day or your night's sleep. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the times when you get embarrassed, people do end up forgetting about it, or at least not think about it as much as you do. Because one quote I always like to use in my everyday life is the biggest critic of you is yourself. No one's going to criticize you more than you do. If you have someone, not say nice words to you at school or be kind of mean to you at work, or if you do YouTube and people comment mean things, like, trust me, I've seen a lot of bad before, but I've also seen way more good, which makes me keep going because I see a lot more good than bad, and I know people enjoy the content. It'd be a little bit different if every single comment was negative, but a lot of people enjoy the videos, the streams, the shorts. A lot of people enjoy it way more than people that hate it, so that's why I keep going. So you just can't let a moment of you getting embarrassed really affect your enjoyment, But we get the win. Week 7, we're going to be on Monday Night Primetime versus the Baltimore Ravens. In real life, this was the game that Chris Godwin tore his Achilles. So we're going to send our quick prayers. Okay, we're done praying. So, yeah. We got to get our revenge for Chris Godwin. Still leading the league in receiving, by the way, on 35 receptions. So, absolute dog. Baker Mayfield is now 3rd in passing We're improving his completion percentage every game, but we got to get his touchdowns up. We just have to. Let's see. Storylines text message. We'll look at the text message. Just see what it's talking about. I'm going to put the screen on Be Right Back after we get through this text message. So it's going to lag for a sec, but it should be mostly okay. So sorry about the lag for a sec. Oh wait, no, we're not done yet. I thought the cutscene was over, but we're going into the team meeting room now, so forget my yep for a sec. In film study this morning, we talked about how Lamar Jackson could cause problems on the ground. What's the plan to deal with that? Our cornerbacks need to be focused in man coverage. Our safeties need to have great play recognition. They're not even giving me time to... They're barely giving me time to answer. Like, come on. Your top 2 cornerbacks will receive a 5+ boost to play recognition, and a -5 to man coverage. Which is good because I rarely use man, so it doesn't really affect me. Ravens are a 4 overall difference team than us, so we might have our work cut out. I'm going to put this on. I'll be right back for 1 sec. I'm going to check something out really quickly, guys. And then we'll play this game against the Ravens. One day I was in school and before the teacher come back, I hear 6-7. I was thinking, before I made the stream title, because I was going to play 2 weeks, obviously the weeks being 6 and 7, I was like, if someone types anything in the chat, they're getting banned. Obviously, you're not talking about the actual title of the stream, and it's kind of a joke, but just saying, like, no, we're not doing 6-7 anymore. We are not.
Well, you were enjoying the house.
Okay. Let's turn that off. Alright. Enough of my scouring the internet. It's time to play this game against the Ravens. 4-2 Bucks versus 4-2 Ravens. We do... Jeez, my voice is shot. We do get the home field advantage. They are a better team than us on paper, but we don't care about paper here. We do not care about paper. We're here to win. I tried to look for the, I tried searching up, do you have to be, do you have to do this in Madden? And, because I'm trying to learn more about franchise and, how to make it the best experience possible. And I just couldn't really find anything. They talk about brain rots. Your school does? I'm not too surprised because my school does. But we mainly talk about it as a joke. We're not actually brain rotted to the point where we're actually talking about Skibidi Toilet. But we just jokingly bring it up once in a while. You know what I mean? That would be pretty funny if we talked about Skibidi Toilet all the time as like our usual conversation starter. Like, yo, how's your Phantom going? Like, that'd be funny, but that'd get really annoying too. Baker throws it to Chris Godwin. 7-yard pickup. If we win this game, we go from 1-2 to 5-2. So, talk about an upbringing. Mike Evans possession catch. I'm playing pretty safe this game because this team that we're playing is one of the best in the NFL. You know, there's nerves heading into this game. And we just got to find our confidence, though. Once we get a few good plays in a row, like we're going to hit Bucky Irving in the flat. He tries to hit the juke, but couldn't really get it. We're going to be efficient with our plays. We're not going to waste any down. Make sure we get yards on every play. That's the important part. Good hole for Bucky as he's going to get the first down. Going to go shallow cross here. This drive is going to be boring, but the goal is to bore out Baltimore to the point where they don't even want to show up anymore. Okay. There's our first incompletion. Of course, it's our tight end. I've hinted at it a couple times already, but I think you guys know what we're going to be trading for at the trade deadline. If not, then we'll just have to wait and see in the next stream. Third down and 4. I'm going to snap it right before it hits 0 on the clock. We're going to get this play off before the third, or before the first quarter ends. Baker picks it up on his legs. Pizzeria, Italian brain rot? What? Dude, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just can't pick up with this new stuff. You know, that's what the average, like, 30-year-old would say. No disrespect to 30-year-olds. Like, we're all going to be 30 at some point. I'm just saying, like, you know, the average 30-year-old, most of the time, is not willing to accept the change. I don't think anyone loves change, but we gotta accept the change. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not just 30-year-olds. Everyone doesn't like change, but to be honest, I don't even know what I'm saying. We score a touchdown with Chris Godwin. That's all that matters. I really don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm kind of just saying stuff. Tune, Sahor. The best is tralaleo, tralala. Jeez, dude. We're already almost done with the first half? What is going on? Ravens are just running, you know, half the game clock down by... Come on, Keeft. Keeft, we gotta get that first down. This is gonna be the final play before the 2-minute warning. This is gonna decide a lot in this game. Here we go. Hut. I'm gonna just check at the Otten. Got blown up, but still, we hold on to it. Your friend likes tongue? Dude, who's your friend? That's kinda... I don't know about that, man. You might need to find a new friend if he's in the tongue. I'm more of like a mouth kind of guy, though. Well, mouth is in the tongue, but... You know what? Never mind. This is too much. Got a text message. We're gonna check that out after stream. Obviously, the stream is more important than text messages, so that's gonna have to wait. What's the most important is this 3rd down and 1. I think we're gonna hand it to Bucky. Dude, what is T-Mobile texting me about? Alright, let's see if someone can get a man burner. Mike Evans, 1-on-1, head tap. Oh my god! Touchdown! That's the play of the season! Mike Evans with an absolute I don't even know. No words can describe that catch. This is tongue. That's fire, bro. Shout out Mike Evans. Great reaction, too. I've been compiling some of the best moments I had in this Tampa season, and it's going to be posted either as like a short video or like an actual short at some point once the whole season ends. Maybe just like best moments from Tampa series. Tupac also had a name, Shakur. Yeah, what? Yeah, I know he did, but like, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying before. My fault. Games around the league. Let's see. Cardinals getting blown out by the Chargers. Jets put up 50? Jets put up 50 on the Steelers? Do we see that? What? Okay. I'm not really too surprised about anything else here besides the fact that Detroit got blown out by Minnesota. Houston beat Green Bay. Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew did not have a good performance, bro. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? I gotta continue to just sling it with Baker. We've been throwing short dots the whole day. And defensively, just keep on doing what we're doing. Contain them. Don't give up too much per play. And we should be able to pull out another game. Trey Palmer up at the 35. I mean, I'm still in awe over that Mike Evans catch. That was incredible. We're going to hit Mike Evans again here unless they crash. No crash. That means we're going to... Ooh. Got laid out, but Mike Evans does get 6 yards on the play. What's my favorite song? I'm going to be honest. I do not have a favorite song. You know, it'd be way too hard to pick one song as my favorite. Right now, I've been listening to the, there's a lot of new albums that have been coming out. Travis Scott released his album. Oh my god! Minus Feel It by David. Yeah, David is a really talented artist. I like a lot of his music and work. But I'd say maybe something off the new Tyler album right now. But it's really hard to pick a favorite song all time. I've probably listened to Sicko Mode the most. I used to junk Sicko Mode in 7th grade. What's up, Scorpion Queen? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Welcome. 3rd down and 20. We need to hit Chris Godwin on this play here. Oh no. I throw it away. Gonna have to punt on 4th and 20, unfortunately. That was okay. Not bad punt. I thought that was gonna be worse than what it was. My offense this whole season with Tampa has not been that great. I think my plan is to probably change the thumbnail to this once the stream is over, then put it in the Tampa Bay playlist. So for anyone that wasn't able to watch the whole thing and wanted to, it will be in the Tampa Bay playlist. I think, you know what, I say this every time. You guys, if you have been watching a lot of these games, you know what play I'm going to do. Like I say, I do it every game, once a game. This time we're going to use Mike Evans instead of Jalen McMillan. We're going to have Mike Evans throw. And hopefully Chris Godwin doesn't sell again. Oh my, look, the same thing happened. He's running away from the ball. This is why I can't play this game off stream. You know, I like playing this game on stream so I can chat with people, but off stream, I just can't play it. I just can't. Get the first time with Mike Evans. I do want to get back into like playing Fortnite though. One thing I've always wanted to do is like earn on Fortnite. You know, win a not necessarily win a tournament, just like win earnings on a tournament. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. You know, it'd be way too sweaty for me because I can't do super sweaty gaming right now. I'm just not in my prime for that. But if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I used to be a demon on the controller. So, yeah. Used to be really good. And now I'm still okay. Like, I'm probably maybe a bit better than the average Fortnite player, but even that might be saying too much. Slightly above average, I think is fair. In my prime, I was like, you know, you have the tier that's like the top tier, you know, they're pros. And then you have the sweats who play a lot, but are just not pros. I was probably the lower end of that tier in my prime. I'm gonna have to roll out here. Baker. 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 Baker is baking up a first down. Trixie, when did you start streaming, and did you start right after you created your YouTube account? My YouTube account, this account I'm actually streaming on, was created in 2013. So it's actually over a decade old. It wasn't even made by me. I just took the account from my sister and started using it because I didn't have my own email. I watched your first stream and your voice is different. Bro actually went back to my first stream. Yeah, my voice has definitely changed a lot. I mean, when you're in that phase of your life, that is kind of crazy. You guys have seen me, like, grow up on YouTube. I mean, I guess that is pretty cool. Gonna dump it off to K.N. 4th and 3. You started streaming in 2013? No, I did not. I made my account in 2013. Or this account was made in 2013. I started using it probably a bit after COVID. I started streaming mid chapter 3, so that would be what, like 2022? I want to say 2023, something like that. I think 2022 though. And we get that 4th down. Oh. Yo, my O-line is not blocking good for Bucky Irving. He's getting, like, laid out today. We did pick up 4 yards on the carry, but still. How many subs you earned from 2022? I don't really remember. Probably under 200, I'd say. You started 2020? Well, I made one video in 2020. And then I stopped for a year. Then I came back in 2021. And then, slowly over time, the content became more and more of what you guys are used to. You know? Okay, that should tie the game up. And now we have a chance to go and win it. Did the channel had like 3K subs before? No. The channel had like 0 before I started streaming. Channel was not where it was before streaming. Most of the subscribers on the channel are from shorts though. I've gotten, I want to say, 20% of my subscribers from live streams, another 10% from videos, and the rest are from shorts. Like, shorts are really that much of a powerhouse when it comes to subscribers on YouTube. So, unfortunately, we are losing subscribers right now. I think in the past 30 days, I've lost 10, 11 subscribers. So, the goal for the rest of 2025, bounce back, save the channel, 70% from shorts. That's like an estimate. That's probably not fully true. That's just my guess. I'm not 100% though. I'd have to look up everything, and that would take too long. But it's either 70 or like 60. It's not going to be under 50. Chris Godwin, come down with that ball. And that was a tough one. Double teamed. That was not the right read. You have to get new ideas. I'm going to be honest, Toto. Some of the ideas that have been on the videos recently have been some of my best ideas I've ever had for the channel. You know. Face cam? No face cam. No face cam. Have never used face cam. So I think now we can kind of just run the clock out. They're going to use their timeouts, and we're going to kick a game-winning field goal that can get us to 5-2 in the season. This might be my most impressive win yet. Not necessarily in terms of the box score, but just beating the Ravens in a game where we weren't supposed to win. People doubted us, you know. Got a lucky couple of games. Overall being entertaining. Yeah, that's one thing which I kind of noticed recently is, in a way, I've become, and I hate to say this word, because it's not the most accurate word, but there's sometimes where I'm a little bit too, I don't even want to say it, a little bit too nonchalant, where, you know, there's not as many, like, hype moments in the stream. I've been more communicative with chat than I ever have, which is good. You know, having less people in the streams really helps me read every message, and not only read it, because it's not just about seeing words and knowing what the words are. It's about understanding what the viewer's trying to say with the words, you know, what they want to tell you. And I think that's an important part of streaming, is not only do you have to be entertaining, you have to know what your audience wants. And not everyone in my audience wanted me to kind of rebrand. Trust me, you can look at the video comments on the rebrand, and there's one comment, not the best one, but anyway. I just felt like it was the best decision for me. And I think over time, the audience is going to shift a little bit into a new group, which is a good thing. My first YouTube video got a bit over 100 subs, or first YouTube channel. You should have more. To be honest, Toto, I wish I had more as well. You know, but the only way I can get more is by working and eventually growing my subscriber base. Yeah, I don't want to do those Fortnite shorts of what do you pick. It's just, you know, they're not horrible shorts. I did take time to make them, but they just feel a little bit cheap at this point. It's like, not botting subs, but the closest you can get to botting subs, but the way you get the subs is actually earning the subs, you know. So I think doing this type of content is going to build a more loyal fan base. You know, the people that watch it are really actually going to like it instead of just, you know, come once in a while. And this is final play of the game. We get the tackle. That is going to get us the win. We are now 5-2 after starting the season. 1-2. 3-point win against the Baltimore Ravens. For my people that watch this after the live stream, we were talking a lot about, you know, other topics other than Madden, which I think is a good thing. It's refreshing to talk to you guys and talk to chat about, you know, not just the game that I'm playing, but other topics as well. I think it makes it more entertaining. But let's see the stats. Baker, 19 for 27, 204, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. So, good game for Baker. Bucky Irving did what he had to. Not too much else to write home about. Mike Evans, another great game for him. Chris Godwin had touchdown. A little bit of a slower stat line for him, but should still be leading the league. McMillan had a touchdown. O-line played good today. Greg Gaines got a sack. Greg Gaines looks like an O-lineman. My mom tells me just do videos every day, but I don't have ideas. Think of, I think the best way to come up with ideas is just, what would you want to watch? If there was a video that you've never seen before on your feed, would you want to watch it? Only doing vids is not the greatest help. For your channel, is you talking about your... I just had a brain fart. Anyway, don't stay stuck to uploading vids. W facts. Do shorts to get exposure. Do live streams to connect with your audience. It's all about getting a bit of everything. But I'm going to do something now that I haven't really done before. I've always wanted to kind of do a stream where I show you guys how I make my videos, because I feel like that'd be a bit fun. This isn't going to be that, but I am going to be getting my thumbnail for this here. What play do I want to use? Could use that. We're gonna go to Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, 45-yard touchdown. I think we're gonna do this actually. Do that, zoom in a little bit. That's kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna use this. Okay, we got it. And then I'm gonna take another one too. Let's see, any more highlights I can use? Baker to Chris Godwin for a 9-yard touchdown. This one's pretty good. Alright. I think with those two, I should have enough options. So, let's see. Also, anything that you were good at? That's a W idea. I have not seen a video in my recommended about the Superman Mythic. You want to do videos that are usually not in the recommended. I think that's a W advice. So, tomorrow for content, it's going to be pretty similar to today, where it's either going to be just this or one other thing. I did schedule a short for today, so I think that's going to be it for everything uploaded. But tomorrow, I think I'll get this and a different piece of content out. And then after tomorrow, I'll have time to really, get into more and more stuff. But let me get this into week 8. And for the next stream, most likely going to be tomorrow, because this is, quote-unquote, the daily Tampa Bay series. It's either going to be just this game, or it's going to be 2 games against the Falcons and the Chiefs. And it's also going to be trade deadline day, so we are going to make 1, maybe 2 big trades that are going to change the roster a lot. But so far, man, the series has been a lot of fun to do. just getting to chat with some of the people that are constantly, in the stream, supporting the content. It's great to see, but as always, promotion. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you use code TRIXIEOC in the Fortnite item shop if you have not put that in already. And that is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you probably tomorrow.